At an amusement park, he discovered a strange wishing machine. Even without power, the machine still worked perfectly. Out of curiosity, George dropped a coin into it. He pressed the red button and made a wish to the machine.
I wish I were big.
The very next second, the puppet inside swallowed the coin. Then a card popped out. It read, "Your wish has been granted." At first, George did not take it seriously. He thought it was just some prank by a bored stranger. But he never could have imagined that this would lead him on an incredible journey. That night, fierce winds howled as thunder crashed across the sky. George tossed and turned in bed. His body also began to quietly change. The next morning, he went to the bathroom as usual to wash his face. But when he looked into the mirror, he saw a complete stranger. He could not believe the wish he made last night had come true. With a mature face and a muscular body, overnight, his 12-year-old self seemed to have aged more than 10 years. His childhood clothes no longer fit him, so he had no choice but to wear his father's clothes. Then he rushed out of the house as fast as he could. He had to find that wishing machine and turn himself back. But when he rode his bike back to the amusement park, all he found was a complete mess. The creepy wishing machine had vanished without a trace. George could only return home again. He tried explaining everything that had happened the night before to his mother, but she thought he was a kidnapper. To prove who he was, George quickly recited his birthday, his final exam scores, and his favorite baseball team. Hearing this stranger know everything about her son, his mother became even more convinced that he had kidnapped him.
Bastard, what did you do to my son?
I am your son, Mom.
Where is my child?
Mom!
Where is my son?
Mom!
Police!
George fled in panic and went to school. There he found his best friend Billy. But Billy did not believe him either. Thinking fast, George pulled out his secret weapon.
The space goes down, down, baby, down, down the roller coaster. Sweet, sweet baby, sweet, sweet, don't let me go. Shimmy, shimmy, cocoa pop, shimmy, shimmy, rock. Shimmy, shimmy, cocoa pop, shimmy, shimmy, rock. I met a girlfriend, a Triscuit. She said a Triscuit, a biscuit, ice cream, soda pop, vanilla on the top. Ooh, Shalita, walking down the street, 10 times a week. I met it, I said it, I stole my mama's credit. I'm cool, I'm hot, sock you in the stomach 3 more times.
It was a secret little song that only the two of them knew. Its credibility was practically as good as a DNA test. The two boys successfully confirmed each other's identities. But meanwhile, George's parents had already called the police. Now George had essentially become a wanted criminal accused of kidnapping himself. Billy brought George some old clothes from his house. He could not keep hiding forever like this. Even if he went home now, the police would never believe such a bizarre and magical story. The two boys decided to head into the city to search for the wishing machine. While waiting for the bus, Billy stuffed a thick stack of cash into George's hands. He had secretly stolen his father's emergency money stash for him. The city skyline was wrapped in darkness. After arriving in bustling New York, Billy took George to stay at a rundown motel. But Billy still had to return home before 10 o'clock, which meant George would have to spend the night alone. Billy comforted him and said tomorrow was the weekend. He would help him search for the wishing machine.
Just one night. All right?
All right.
After Billy left, George tightly locked the door, but he was still just a 12-year-old child. The sudden sound of gunfire instantly exposed the fear inside the young boy. He quickly shut the windows, blocked the door with a cabinet, then curled up on the bed. Covering his ears with a pillow, he cried out for his mother. Like most timid children, he cried for a very long time that night. The next morning, George and Billy visited arcade after arcade, but they still could not find the strange wishing machine. After receiving directions from a kind stranger, the two boys went to the Consumer Affairs Department to locate the amusement park. Unfortunately, the staff worked painfully slowly. The process would take an entire month, and results would not come back for 6 weeks, which meant George would have to stay an adult for at least 42 days, and there was still no guarantee they would even find the machine.
I'm gonna be 30 years old for the rest of my life.
Would you come on? We'll figure something out. By the way, you may be older than that.
The two inexperienced kids were fascinated by everything around them. Since they had finally become grown-ups for once, they decided to truly experience adult life. But the most important thing right now was finding a job to support themselves. They ate desserts their parents normally forbade them from eating, then carefully looked through newspaper job listings. A computer operator position at a toy company immediately caught George's attention. To improve his chances during the interview, George lied on his resume and claimed he had 4 years of computer experience and that he had graduated from the University of Washington. As luck would have it, the interviewer said his brother-in-law had graduated from there too, and had even earned a doctorate degree. He was extremely satisfied with George's interview performance, so he hired him on the spot.
When can you start?
Soon.
A senior employee led him to his workstation and explained his tasks for the day. All he had to do was enter customer information into the computer. George claimed he had 4 years of computer experience, but in reality, he had only spent 4 years playing computer games. Luckily, the work was simple enough for him to handle easily. But the rapid sound of his typing quickly annoyed his co-workers.
Listen, what are you trying to do? Get us all fired?
Huh?
You gotta slow down, pace yourself. Slowly, slow.
Sorry. Today's my first day.
I know.
Slacking off was the unspoken rule around here. The job was both simple and boring. If the boss noticed they finished work too quickly, they could face pay cuts or even layoffs. Seeing all the coworkers chatting around him, George took the chance to call his mother. Pretending to be the kidnapper, he told her that her son was safe and that she should not worry.
Look, I swear to God, if you do anything to him, if you touch one hair on his head, I will spend the rest of my life making sure you suffer.
Hearing his mother's gentle blessing, George suddenly felt warmth deep inside his heart. No matter where you are in this world, there will always be someone waiting for you to come home. After hanging up, George returned to work. The company's profits had been steadily declining. Market research produced no useful results. The executives openly expressed dissatisfaction with one another. While running errands for a coworker, George accidentally crashed right into the boss. Yet instead of getting angry like anyone would expect, the boss actually praised George's work attitude, and the innocent young George was about to change both his own destiny and the future of the company.